My name is Jalen Johnson, a lockdown cornerback out of Ohio State, and the Vikings decided to trade all the way up to 15th pick in order to draft me. And coming out of Ohio State, we ended up actually winning the national championship in my last season with them, as I was the best cornerback, ranked number 1 in the nation. And we also had Marvin Harrison, who's also ranked the number 1 wide receiver. And even though we did win that year, unfortunately my little brother, who we'll get to in a little bit, wasn't able to play. Now, coming out of college, I've been compared to players like Darrell Revis and Richard Sherman in terms of my technique and my physicality, and some even compared me to a Deion Sanders, as in college football I had the most picks and I didn't allow a single touchdown in college. And the way that I just locked down a whole side of the field or just put one player on lockdown the entire game was just crazy. And playing at Ohio State, y'all already know I was guarding Marvin Harrison Jr. every single practice. And we were just iron sharpening iron every single time. We just kept on getting better. And it definitely showed in games. We both looked pro ready in our first season playing with each other. But other than that, my little brother Jaden, my twin brother, yeah, he was probably one of the hardest players I ever had to guard. I'm not gonna lie. Now here is my twin brother Jaden Johnson, who also played at Ohio State with me and Marvin Harrison Jr. But his story is a little bit different. Now for his story, I'm going to take y'all back. In high school, middle school, me and him both played both sides of the ball. We both played cornerback and receiver, but when it came to college, you already know, we didn't want to be fatigued and we didn't want to be the Travis Hunter type. You know what I'm saying? We just wanted to stay on one side of the ball. I ended up staying on cornerback, he ended up staying wide receiver. In the first 2 years, we was both going crazy. I already know, I was locking everything up, catching picks. He was going crazy with Marvin Harrison Jr. After our first season, he ended up tweaking his knee a little bit, but he ain't tell anybody about it, and that really messed him up for the rest of his college career. First season we was on Ohio State without Marvin Harrison Jr., he went crazy, about 1,600 yards in the first season. You know what I'm saying? Led the league in touchdowns. But then in the second season beginning, he ended up tweaking his knee, but he didn't tell anybody about it. He tried to fight through it because Marvin Harrison was on the team. And you know what I'm saying? Marvin Harrison ended up being the receiver one on the team because of his knee injury. And we started seeing him running a little bit slower and stuff. We like, yo, what's going on? But he wasn't telling nobody. And it all just went bad in the third season when he tore his ACL. And the biggest thing was he did not want to play another season. He just wanted to go ahead and get drafted. And he ended up being drafted in the 4th round to the Vikings with me. And with Jaden being drafted in the 4th round, he's probably not going to have too much of a chance at all after that injury, getting drafted that late and everything. He's like kind of at the all the way bottom of the receiver depth chart. But not only was he a wide receiver, he was also a returner for Ohio State. So the Vikings are going to go ahead and let him be a returner during the preseason, see what he can do a little bit. He might even get a couple runs at receiver. I'm going to see what I can do personally to try to get him some runs in. But right now it's preseason game 1, and we're playing against the Seahawks. And coach is going to go ahead and let me play like 1 or 2 quarters or whatever to guard DK, see how I do against him, and I'm definitely ready. On 3rd and 1, I get targeted for my first time in this game, and I'm showing off great technique and great ball skills swatting that ball down. After locking him up on that first drive, Jaden's getting his first opportunity to do a punt return, but he didn't really get good blocks, couldn't do nothing with it. And even with this being a preseason, coach isn't going to put Jaden in for this game. We don't know why he's doing this, but hopefully Jaden ends up getting a chance. But back to the defensive side of the ball, he's in a tight formation. I'm hip to hip with him. The quarterback still throws it, and look at the ball skills. Come on, man, we locking up. I'm feeling it right now, but I might be feeling it a little bit too much. I almost got burnt on this play, but the quarterback overthrew it. Maybe if he would have caught it, I probably could have tried to swap that ball out of his hands. Then on 3rd and 10, I was hoping he was going to throw this jump ball, but instead he threw it to the other side of the field. And that ball should have been picked off for 6. Come on, what are you doing? Jaden gets another punt return chance, and I'm just seeing from the sideline, I already see that his burst of speed that he had in college is definitely not what it used to be, but hopefully he can get a little bit of that back. 2nd down, guarding him in a slot formation. I'm coming down trying to make a play on the ball, but they called a PI on me. I really don't feel like I hit him before the ball got there or nothing. I feel like it was just good play on the ball or whatever, but I guess. We lose our first preseason game by 1 point, but really don't matter because I was locking DK up. He didn't have no catches on me in this whole game. But with 2 games being left in the preseason, I'm trying to convince coach a little bit to just let Jaden get some snaps at receiver. Don't let him only be a returner. We'll see what happens in this game. And for the next game, I'm guarding D-Hop, another great receiver. And I try to convince my coach to go ahead and let Jaden play some snaps at receiver, but honestly, I don't think he budged. 2nd and 10, I decided to press D-Hop, and this quarterback threw it right to him. Give me that pick. Getting his first punt return of this game, trying to get all the way to the right side of the field, juking out the defender, but there's a lot of defenders around him. He gets tackled. And again, coach ain't put him in the game. I'm guarding D-Hop, and he hits me with this post route, but I somehow make him drop that ball. I'm looking great right now. But this time on 1st and 10, D-Hop actually gets the better of me and does a post route again, and I was beat. 1st and 10, they run the ball with D-Hen, and I'm showing my tackling skills there, hitting him from his legs. You never want to tackle a running back from up top. I tried to get a little physical with D-Hop on this play, but he did a nasty slant, picking up 5 yards on that play. Then on 3rd and 5, I was hoping he was going to throw this jump ball to D-Hop. I was ready to pick that ball up, but they got the wide open tight end in the middle of the field with a tug. Now Jaden's getting his first kickoff return, and this is most likely his last time touching the field in this game, and he ain't go nowhere with it. Now this is the last game of the preseason, and coach will not be putting me in the game because I done shown off that I'm already a pretty good cornerback, and there's no point in me playing this last game in case I get injured. But there's one thing that coach told me about this game. Bro gonna get a chance. And when coach hit me with that information, I let Jaden know. I let him know that he better go crazy this game because I was fighting the whole preseason to try to get him in the game. He's finally got his chance. He got to go crazy. Now, one thing, if anything's going to slow him down from going crazy, it'll be the quarterback. His first play on the field is a pick. Yeah. Now, even though he ain't been having too many chances, he's been working real hard on trying to get his burst back, and he almost breaks off of this play, but one defender came in and made a big tackle. That could have been a crazy kick return. 2nd and 7, he's running a deep crossing route, and Kirk Cousins is throwing his ball to him, but it's all the way out of bounds. He couldn't even try to make a play on that ball. Seems like coach is really trying to push the limits to see where he's really at in terms of his speed and his agility, trying to put him on deep post routes, but nothing's really happening right now. 4th and 7. 2nd and 10, he's running a crossing route. He actually gets open on this play. Could have been a big play, but they had a blitzer coming in and got a big sack on Kirk Cousins. The Cardinals defense right now is just going crazy. On 3rd and 16, he tried to do a little playmaker, go up the field, but Kirk Cousins just running away the whole time. Looked like the O-line not blocking. Still down 14-0, and he's running the corner out. He finally gets a catch in this game. It's a 1st down. Then on 3rd and 10, he's lined up on the numbers, running a post route and getting another target, catching the ball. That's another big play. This is another play when his quarterback just sold him. This was another 1st down that he probably could have turned into way more than just that, but that ball was inaccurate. Kirk Cousins caught their defense lacking in a Tampa 2, told Jaden to run straight up, and he scored his first touchdown of the preseason. Defense got another stop. 14-7. Kirk Cousins throwing his ball to the running back, and just look at Jaden making an amazing block, and he tries to make another one, but running back ran out of bounds anyway. 1st and 10, and Kirk Cousins tried to get this ball to Justin Jefferson. I don't know how this wasn't a PI, but it should have been because they called me for it. 3rd quarter now, running this kick off, and he found a little bit of green, but that one defender just had to come in and ruin it. He made a big tackle. I already know if he's going to be the kick return, he's going to get a couple of them touchdowns this season. Coach actually sat him out for the last possession. If he could have juked out this one defender, this punt return would have been crazy. On 1st and 10, Kirk Cousins sold Jaden again, overthrowing a drag route. Are you kidding me? That's crazy. Now, honestly, I don't know if we won a single game of the preseason, but it really don't matter at all because regular season, we finna go crazy. Well, we can go crazy if Kirk Cousins doesn't do things like this. 13 for 28, 200 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks in the preseason. You cannot do that. And Jaden had 5 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Imagine if Kirk Cousins wasn't trash. Imagine. And after seeing that preseason game, I'm trying to persuade our coach into letting Jaden get some minutes in the game. Just prove himself in the game because he looked really good in that last game of the preseason. Hopefully, coach will let him play. Y'all think coach going to let him play at wide receiver in this first game? And if y'all do, y'all think he'll go crazy?